People often ask us, aren't you tired of always moving? Of the lack of comfort? Of living full-time into a car since 2 years? As we move back into our Defender Land Rover that just made it into Australia and we get to finally start our journey on this new continent, we wonder. It is time to find out as we bring our home on wheels alongside the West Australian coastline. This week, we move back home. We are Nick and Mathilde, and we've left everything behind to travel the 7 continents with our Land Rover Defender, the Albatross.
Europe, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia, Asia, and Africa. A world tour for real. We want to see it all.
Join us for the best, the worst, the fantastic, the boring, the headaches, the beauty of every single moment of this journey around the world. This is day 740 and we are leaving Perth, Western Australia.
This is the next Meridian expedition.
Well, there's like a smell.
What is the smell?
It's the smell of we're leaving Perth finally. The car has been fueled up, we did grocery shopping.
All right, I think we are packed and ready to go. Fridge is full, this part is full, the food storage is full, the fruit and vegetables basket is full. Everything's packed and overly packed. The car is fully upgraded, Australian ready. Now it's time to go. Australia, which is leg 2 of our journey, it's starting now, technically. Let's go, it's gonna be awesome! Finally, we embark on the Australian roads with our left-hand drive Land Rover Defender, while everyone else is a right-hand drive. Together, we have already covered 86,000 kilometers through Europe and the Americas. Its shipment from South America to Australia took almost 10 weeks, and today, at last, we're moving back in. We're back into Albo, using his steering wheel, shifting his gears, sleeping in the back, just back in Albo.
It's like moving back into a home after 2 months.
It's like the team is back together, you know? All 3 ready to hit the road. Now, how many kilometers do you think we're gonna do all around Australia?
Maybe 30 or 40, no? 1,000?
Probably. I wish we could pound Albo, but I'll give him a little pound here. He'll turn on his light.
Ah.
Oh, awesome!
The plan for Australia is to lap the country clockwise, starting from Perth and looping around the western, northern and eastern coastline before crossing through the centre and finishing up in Darwin. As we start with Western Australia, we can't wait to discover this giant territory covering 1/3 of Australia's area for just about 11% of the population. Needless to say, the place is empty. Look at this light. So we're returning to living full-time in Albo and traveling with Albo, which means deflating the tires.
Now that we go on the beach, yeah, and it's cool because in Australia a lot of beaches are free to drive on and you can sleep on, so pretty cool. Not a lot of them, not all of them, but some of them.
Did you miss deflating and reflating the tires 3 times per day?
Not really, but I'm happy that I'm doing it because it's Albo. Ta-da!
Not too shabby.
Not bad at all. Wow.
First campsite since returning into Albo.
Yeah, and this place is awesome. This is our first wild campsite in 3 months, something like that, here in Australia. Beautiful sunset. Awesome.
Australia treating us well.
Yes. So for this first week, we've left Perth, and then what we'll do this week is go up Wedge Island, followed by Jurien Bay, and then Nanbung National Park, and then we will continue up the coast past Geraldton, probably refuel and do a few things there for groceries, to Kalbarri National Park. And I think this is where our first week will end, and that I think should be our first week. And then of course we will continue up and do this and all the coast.
I think the idea for us this week is, move back into this beast, get used to camping life again every day, and maybe meet a few people. We'll see. It's kind of discovering our first days in Australia.
And eating one fly at a time. They're literally everywhere. They keep coming and they go straight for the eyeballs, right into the water juice, or they go straight to the nose because they know that's where the liquid is. And it's kind of frustrating, but we'll get used to it. But before going up north, let's take a short detour east inland from the coastline. We've been invited by a friend of a friend to come over to their farm. For them it's seeding season, so we're gonna check out how they do seeding. So her name is Mathilde, just like Mathilde here. We cross into the tiny village of Yerracoin and eventually find the house we're looking for. There we meet Mathilde. She took us around the farm to show us how the work is organized on this barley plantation.
Ça, c'est les graines.
Ouais, ça c'est le chemical shed, donc c'est où ils font les mix spray derrière. 3 tours autour du champ, enfin 3 lignes. On appelle ça les outside.
Ouais.
Et donc on finit par ça. Et là il est sur son dernier outside.
Donc là, il a fini.
Et dans 20 minutes il va changer de champ. Et comme ça vous pourrez voir la machine un peu plus de proche. Donc là il y a les graines et après c'est mélangé avec un peu de fertilisant en granules. Là ça permet d'aller dans le sol et ça ouvre un peu la terre et comme ça après t'as les graines qui ressortent et avec ta roue derrière ça remet un peu.
Putain, trop bien. C'est ouf.
Yeah, pretty crazy, huh?
From far, it didn't look that big, but when you're on top of it, it's huge. While fall is well underway, rains have not yet come this year, and the fields have never been that dry as the seeding season started. The good news is that tonight the forecast announced a sender. The beauty of our home on wheels is that we are never bound to a weather forecast. But before we leave, we got an idea. You remember the 8 days it took us to clean our Land Rover Defender with toothbrushes for the shipment to Australia?
Having put the 4 wheels in water and mud, we escape the rains and take off for more west coast explorations. Kangaroos by our side, direction the coastline. Wedge Island. It's right there, and look how clear the water is. It's insane.
Wedge Island, cool, let's keep going north. Somewhere in between the repetitiveness of the bush, pristine beaches and white dunes of the Indian Ocean Road, an anomaly. Pinnacles Drive. Out of the ground emerged small limestone towers, thousands of them, just standing there in the most intriguing way.
Pinnacle Desert. Technically it's just pinnacles sticking out of the desert. Pinnacle Desert, makes sense. We were just watching the view of the pinnacles and Mathilde turns around and she's like, oh dude! Sleeping kangaroo right there. These past few days on the road are already serving us with some of the best Western Australian beauties. But maybe one of our favorite things around the area is exploring the coastline's endless tracks with our little home on the back in search for exceptional places to camp.
So many tracks around, it's to wonder like why they build those, because it's still a bit of work.
It would be tons of work cutting down all these trees and everything just to create a tiny little track, and it's just not one, it's like a spider web of tracks.
Who has the answer?
Who's building out these tracks? Who's paying for building out these tracks? Cool.
A bunch of 4x4 maniacs.
Probably.
Are you having fun?
Oh yeah, so much fun. So good to, be driving off-road again using the low gears and driving on sand, especially here it's super soft, so we have to get really low with tire pressures. It's just a huge playground in the sand dunes, and there's a lot of them all over Australia. You know what's also funny though? Is that we're carrying our whole home here. The car is almost 3 tons, and we're doing all these fun things. It's
Back with Albo.
Back with Albo. Let's go more, I want to do more, let's go. This is camp number 2 for the night. It is now 3 p.m. and one thing that we're very excited about is exactly this. The campsites in Australia, and being back with Albatross. We really did miss everything about Albatross. Like driving, going off-road, planning the itineraries, finding wild spots, cooking, sleeping in the bed on the rooftop tent, looking for water, doing the groceries, figuring out, everything last minute, and just living on the road.
Wow.
It even sounds like the like the metallic bolts, you know, like listen to this. Walked up this tiny little hill. We're parked just down there, little Albo. Right here is a World War II bunker. A little bit creepy, huh?
Yeah, totally creepy. Look at this guy.
Oh yeah. Flip-flops, probably not the best thing. All right, let's go see what Mathilde's up to. Because usually Thursdays is work day. We usually travel every single day of the week, but we try to keep the Thursday for catching up with family, emails, and let's go find out what she's doing. She's probably working on the video. Hey, what you up to?
It's editing day today. Welcome to my office. We don't really go outside when it's like super sunny like this because you can't see anything on the computer. But it's so much nicer now with the windows because in the past you would be like all in the dark here. I mean, I'm so happy to have found Albo again because all of the last editing I've done them in a house or in an apartment we were renting, and now I feel like, you know, back in the office. I like it.
Cool. And while Mathilde is working on the video, I was just making sure all the electricals are working and that everything is working with Albo. Mathilde right now is charging the computer off of the auxiliary port of the car. So for example, Mathilde is charging right here the computer, and we've got the starting going. We're using all this power. Luckily, these solar panels up here are keeping everything alive. And I'm gonna pull out a third one from somewhere just so that we can put it in front here. That way we'll really just charge up the car as much as possible. And we just plug it in here. Boop. You can see the solar charger. When it's green, it means it's functioning and it's above 70% battery. It is green and it is working, it's charging. Right now we've got 160 charging with the 2 panels and the third panel. Man, it's so awesome to have a tiny house like this, fully equipped, just functional, and you don't ever need to go to a campsite or go to an apartment or a house. You can be in the middle of nowhere, be connected to internet, have energy, shower. We're just so happy to be back on the road with a self-sustaining car.
Left the office and we are now heading to the garden. The world is our garden. And we have our friend Daniel that came and visited. So Daniel does like car reviews videos on his own YouTube channel, and he asked us if we would be interested to do one with Albo. We were in the neighborhood, he was in the neighborhood, so we just joined up in the garden for a little tour of the car.
Hey guys, and welcome to a very special rig rundown. Today we're checking out a very unique Land Rover Defender that's got a pretty special story to go with it.
And Nick, he said he was a unique Defender.
Yeah, this is so funny to have somebody do a car tour for us on their YouTube channel.
I love it.
It's pretty fun.
Albo, you're a star.
We didn't notice that. A lot of people say that, but for us in Australia, is us going full speed in the puddles. We just met up with Daniel. He actually came here. He wrote to us on Instagram yesterday. He's like, hey guys, I don't know you guys, but I just found your account and I'd love to shoot the video. So in a month time, And you guys can see the video of the car tour he just built.
Yeah, it's been so great meeting you guys today and checking out your absolutely unbelievable Land Rover. It's one of my dream cars, these things. So when I saw it and I heard your story, I was like, I have to reach out to see if you're interested in meeting up. So A, I can see this car, but then also just to run through it and share it with a wider audience, because it deserves to be seen by as many people as possible. So it's been so great to meet you guys today.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Now, this is the ritual. We found Daniel. Daniel is here, and he's got to stick the Australian flag.
What an honour. I'm so, very excited to be the one to be able to stick the Australian sticker on the mighty Land Rover. So thank you. Hopefully I'll try and get it straight or not upside down or wonky. I'll put this somewhere.
Awesome.
How's that? Ta-da! Yay!
Beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's quite an honour. Yay! Wow, that is unbelievable.
There's holes. This is Antarctica sticker coming up at some point. And Brazil, we're still missing someone for Brazil.
I know, and there was someone in Perth, but we forgot to ask them. So the next Brazilian, please make yourself alive, because we need a sticker here.
Definitely.
Well, Daniel, nice meeting you.
You too.
Have an awesome trip.
Thank you, and you too. So I've got a
Thanks.
few small trips, but yours is so much more extravagant than anything I've.
Thanks, man.
No worries.
Take care.
Cheers, you too.
Albatross is officially baptized.
Yeah, it's even got a car tour Australian filmed. So a Defender left-hand drive with a pop top, Australia. Watch out, because it might take over the market.
It's taking over your roads.
Exactly. In just a few days, we've seen the ocean, the desert, the wildlife, a farm. We were at the beach, at the office, in the kitchen, watching a sunset by the fire, all at the same time.
Aren't we tired from the constant moving, from the uncertainty, or from the lack of comfort?
How could we be tired?
The constant move, we pursue it.
Uncertainty is just dependent of the certainty that everywhere there are new marvels to discover.
And the comfort is why we have Albo. When everything around changes, our home remains.
We genuinely and entirely love every moment of this life on the road. Seriously. To continue traveling with us, subscribe to our channel.
Next week, our love for this journey is put to the test.
Il faut pas que je passe.
Ah mais non, faut pas que tu passes là. Faut pas que tu passes là, on va se retrouver coincés.
Alright, I'll be sensible. We'll take the normal track.
Nick is thinking not fun.
Not fun.